it going, teams? Keith here from Come On The Hoop Celtic. So today I'm talking about January transfer, ins and outs, potential talk, speculation, rumours, etc. So basically, first of all, let's talk about the outs. Scott Sinclair is on the verge of completing a move to Preston North End. Championship side, good team. They done well last season. Good side. And personally, I think it's time for him to move on. I'm going to miss him terribly. He's at the scoring nearly 70 odd goals for the club in 3.5 years. He's only played 6 games this season altogether in all competitions. Look, it's breaking our hearts. He signed a new deal at the start of the season, a rolling contract to see could he prove himself in Neil Lennon. It hasn't worked out. There's been better players in the pecking order like Mikey Johnson, El Nusi, even Morgan got the nod ahead of him. But look, I think great move for him. I wish him the very best. He goes back down to England, close to his family, and he's a great saving for the club. And he's came up and won trebles, being part of that unbeaten side that went on that long run and done well in the Champions League and the Europa League for us. So I wish him the very best, Scott. Hell, you'll always be a Celt. Next one, Jack Hendry. Look, everybody's just going to laugh at me when I say this. He's not worth shit. Like, I'll be honest with you, he had great potential at Dundee. We signed him, had a couple of bad games. A lot of fans start booing him, start getting on the bad side of him. I think it's time for young Jack to go off. Sunderland's been linked with him. A couple of teams down south have been linked with him. He's linked again with South End were linked at him as well. Tranmere were looking at him as well. More like it's going to be a League 1 side or League 2 side that he's going to go to. Unless someone in Scotland's going to take him. If I had my way, I would actually loan him out in Scotland. I'd give him to a Ross County or something like that. A team similar to what he was at Dundee. I think he needs to prove himself. Look, I don't think people are going to pay the fee for him in January, whatever he's worth. If he's worth even 500 grand or 200 grand. Sorry, Jack. You had never been my first choice. And even when we bought you, I was just like, you know what? We don't need him. We didn't need him. Look, Marvin Compere was bought the same window as him. So that explains everything. Next one I'd get rid of on loan would be Boyo. Boyo has been injury prone. He still needs to adapt to the Scottish game. He scored a few goals against Hearts. He scored a few goals in the pre-season. I think it's time Boyo needs to go out on loan. I think for the high rate player in Slovakia, he hasn't delivered for Celtic. He's came on a few times. He's got sent off against Rennes, which was unfortunate. But I think it's time for Boyo to go out on loan. I think the preferred choice for Boyo would be Aberdeen. I know, like, people are saying, what? I think even if Aberdeen considering taking him, I think he'd go down well up in Aberdeen. I think he'd do quite well there. This one, a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on this one, but I think it's time Leigh Griffiths goes on loan. I love Leigh. I think Leigh's a phenomenal player. It's just obviously what happened to him last season has affected him. He has bounced back in spells, scored some good free kicks, started the season, scored some goals, but I think it's time he needs to go out on loan to get the best out of himself. There's only one club that can sort that out for him, which is Hibs, his childhood club. I think if he goes back there, Jack Ross will deliver him, get him back to dominating the Scottish game, banging goals in. That's what he needs. He needs that boost of confidence. He needs them see a few old faces to get the best out of him. A trip to Edinburgh wouldn't do bad for him for the rest of the season. We can get a few players in and then see how we take it from there from the summer, because there's no point, like some people are saying, oh, will Leigh ever come back? I think this is the best chance for Leigh to come back. I just think he's played a few games, came off the bench, hasn't worked out for him. Even though inclusion didn't work out for him. Look at whatever he does, I back him. He's been a great player for Celtic, and he can't take it for granted. He's got 100 goals for us in all competitions, over 100 goals. So let him go to the Highbees. Let him get a chance at Hibs. Let him prove to himself that he can be at that calibre again. Because I know he can. Everybody knows he can. He's good at corners. He's good at free kicks. He's good with the ball. He has the passion. But at the moment, his head is still not fully in it. He's still not the sharp Leigh Griffiths. So let him go on loan. Let him do whatever, 12 or 14 games with the Highbees. It'd be a good sign for him. And I hope he does. I really do hope he does. Anyone else that I'd get rid of in the window? There's been talk of Tom Rodgers probably being offloaded. Obviously, he didn't play against Rangers. A bit of a shocking result there for him to not even come off and feature. I wouldn't get rid of Tom. I think keep Tom to the summer. It'd be great to keep Tom. There's no one really else that's sparking out. Obviously, Kouassi, get rid of him. He's not worth absolutely piss. Biwe, I'm sorry. I don't know why we bought you. Absolute waste of wages. Off with you. Go to France. Go back to the Ivory Coast. Go to somewhere in Belgium. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. We don't need a Biwe, Kouassi. You know, Near Beaton is 3 times the player than Kouassi is. No offence. Who would I take in? First of all, Fraser Foster, permanent deal. Take him in. We need him more than anyone at the moment. Wanyama, yes, I would take Victor Wanyama. He's not getting time under Mourinho. Even when Pochettino this season hasn't given him a bit of a sniff. So, Big Vic, hope he comes back to Celtic Park. If it's an 18-month deal, happy days. It'd be great to see Big Victor come back. He can pose a threat. He's good at hitting the ball from outside. Physical. We need that. We need that physicality, especially for these 2 games against Rangers. We need that. We definitely need it, you know. So hopefully. We're linked with Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp is a great player. He's like a John Hartson. Gives his all. He's been a phenomenal player for Sheffield United in the last 3.5 seasons, even when he was previous there as well. His first term. Billy Sharp, Celtic, fucking sure, yes, in a heartbeat. Another one's been linked, Glenn Murray. Another similar player to Billy Sharp. Lenny's looking at. Hard man, good with the ball. He's done it in the Premier League with Brighton. Dead ball situations, corners, everything. He's the man for it. Give Big Murray the ball. He sorts it out. He scored against. Did he score against Man City last season? The last game of the season, Big Murray. So yeah, Look, I like to see Glenn Murray come to Celtic. I think that'd be a good signing for us. As I said about Leigh, let Leigh go off and do his thing. He needs to get to the level he's at. We're linked with a striker at the moment from Le Havre in France. He's had to score in 17 goals in 19 games, which is a quite good conversion. We're linked with him, so fingers crossed we can get him over the line as well. His young potential looks quite good. Anyone else we're quite linked with? Linked with a Sheffield right back as well, but okay, I think we have enough right backs at the moment and defenders that we're okay with. Maybe another left back, probably. I know we have Johnny Hayes, we have Taylor, and we have Bolingoli, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, look at midfield boys, we're strong enough. We have a great midfield there. Bruni, Callum, Tom, Ryan. I know Ryan's out for 2 games, but Ryan. Maybe Lewis Morgan, another loan move would do him well because he's not given I don't think we need Lewis Morgan at the moment of time. Lewis Morgan off maybe Championship again, or not Championship, League One. Sunderland would be another good one. But I know it's a different management down there now than when he was last there. But that's it from me. I so hope is what you think so far of it. You think I'm talking a lot of shite? Give me that. If it's up, let me know. Hell, up the Celts. And I just want to give a shout out to FC Palestinian for the cracking top. I know I got it last year, but looks better this time. Lost a bit of weight. Hell, up the Celts.